Yaw Smatmcuks Nts Laaqwmays en Stl'mstaliwa nu. Weeskia alati domino as the stam. Hello friends, welcome once again because I need your eyes and your ears because I'ma learn you something. Hello friends, welcome back once again. Today we are talking about the word Apsulh and kind of talking about it in a present context, how it affects us today, how we view this word in the present context. And of course, as usual, I always have a bit of a story to go with it. Let's get right into it. So Apsulh means a village, but once again, I think of village meaning more than just who your neighbor is, how the house is structured, or how the village is laid out. I love my neighbors. I would do anything for those guys, but also just my community in general. You know, there's some amazing folk. You guys got some cool people. But the story, what I would like to talk about today is maybe I'll shoot two versions of this, and we'll see which one I like more. So I'm going to tell a story about prohibition. Prohibition, for you youngsters that don't watch Peaky Blinders, or have never seen Lawless, or have never picked up a history book. Prohibition is a time when America thought, the world, like North America, thought that it was good to get rid of booze. And so booze was illegal, just like being Indian. And so the story that I'd heard is, I don't know who is the main characters, but there's these two old ladies. They were, husbands were out working out at camp, gonna be gone for a long time. And so, these two old ladies, they had some homebrew kind of sitting and waiting. And they started to, maybe it's time that we kick out that homebrew. So they grab it and they start drinking it. And if you've never made homebrew before, which I've never for legal reasons, then you have all these, it's the fermentation of fruit. And so, or dandelions or whatever. Don't ask me, I don't know the science behind it. But you drain that and you throw all the fruit out towards the chicken pen, is from what I remember. And they were sitting on the porch, just enjoying themselves, having a good old auntie laugh about it. And then they look over in the front of the yard, and all the chickens aren't moving. They've laid down. They're all unconscious. And so, freaking out, the women go over and they start to pluck the chickens because they think, oh no, maybe they got into something that killed them. And they start plucking the chickens. And they're sitting there plucking the chickens. They're talking to one another, and all of a sudden, they start waking up. So there's 50 naked chickens running around the front yard of this old lady's house there. And she, they decide, hey Gladys, go get your yarn from your house. And they decide to knit all these chickens sweaters. The story that I chose today, because it's funny, because it's something I always heard growing up, because it kind of just shows you that mentality. And I guess too, this was when people were a lot more poor and couldn't so easily afford to just go buy chicken from the store, so you needed to make sure that if something happened to your food source, that you needed to be proactive with it and not let it go to waste. And also just these two ladies willing to, do anything to save these chickens, knit them sweaters and all that. So maybe it's inappropriate. I don't know. It's the only story that I could think of that kind of brings into what I'm trying to talk about, of village is a lot more than just who lives next to you, or how does your town have cul-de-sacs? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about those people that you call your community, your villagers. And so, just to quickly end out on something that isn't so alcohol involved, to remember that tsunami that happened like 6 years ago, 7 years ago, or 8 years ago, or whatever, and there was people driving around on dirt bikes. There was, I remember my mom calling everybody. I went to go check on the neighbors, and it's not a question. It's not like, oh, should I, or am I going to annoy this person, or whatever. It's the community is in emergency. So that means everybody needs to be on the same page. Even when the flood happened back in 2010, I remember I was walking home from a basketball practice or night hoops, or I was walking home from the gym anyways, and I seen this truck go by with 6 big New Hulk men on it, and I yelled out to them, "Where are you going?" And they said, "Oh, the dam broke, or the river's coming up, we need to go get sandbags." And it was these people were, I don't want to say risking their lives, but they were definitely doing something that was above the ordinary, and they didn't ask for anything. They were saving me. They were saving my grandmother's house. They were saving the community, and they were doing it without wanting recognition. Even our firefighters, all volunteer. There's just so much about this community and our sense of community and our sense of pride. This jacket even that I'm wearing of the youth girls that won that junior all-native tournament, or the all-native tournament, or whatever. We had parades, we all came together, and it's just so cool to see a community come together and stick by themselves and just really be Smouty Silk East like this. One heart, one mind. I've probably been rambling for too long, so I'm going to end this here with Elchcook Manu, love, peace, and Nulug in Greece. Salutations from the Salmon Belly.